Investigating AI deepfakes. This one's gonna be a good one. Let's go ahead and watch it.
Today we're investigating
AI deepfakes
for the scams, propaganda,
and harassment that they enable.
This looks so AI. This does not look like Elon Musk. Come on, man.
Pretty spooky, right?
But it is spooky.
Now, I tried to make this video 4 years ago, but I failed because it was too difficult to even demonstrate the technology. But today, anyone can be deepfaked, even the internet detective. Hi, everybody. This is CoffeeZilla, and I don't usually do videos like this, but the crypto market is going through a major crash. Now, let me stop me right there. I can't believe I used to trust that guy. But truthfully, nobody is really safe from this tech. Mr. Beast, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Joe Rogan, Lex Fridman, The Rock, John Cena, they've all been deepfaked. And it's not just for scams. Viral videos, news reports, the White House has even shared deepfakes. And
dude, I swear to God, this AI thing is going insane. Insane. I saw a video on Instagram of a horse flying, and then like he was like flying and then like walking through the walls or riding through the walls, and then he was like hitting the cars and like throwing the cars away. It felt like some. I don't even know how to explain it. It feels broken. You know, when you watch something, it feels uncomfortable. That like your brain doesn't even understand this kind of shit. That's how ridiculous this freaking AI shit is getting.
Today, I want to investigate all of it so we can finally learn what's real and what's fake.
It's getting harder and harder to differentiate whether something is real and whether something is fake these days. Because like this AI technology is improving so much, right? To the point that I think like maybe not even 5 years from now, it's going to be possibly or probably indistinguishable from like how we're going to know if it's real or not. Because everybody can be cloned, right? Everybody can be cloned. Even I can be cloned, for example. How are you going to know that I'm not an AI? I could be an AI right now as I speak with you guys. How would you know, right? You never know. And in 5 years, you're never actually going to know. That's messed up.
All right, before we can investigate deepfakes, let's break down what they are. A deepfake is just a piece of media that makes a person do or say something that never happened using deep learning. Hence the word deepfake. The technology has been around since 2017, but it started going viral with this.
I'm gonna show you some magic. It's the real thing.
Except, of course, it's not the real thing. That's not Tom Cruise. It's Miles Fisher, and he's the co-founder of Metaphysic AI.
Yeah, this is messed up.
And
like I said, it's getting worse and worse and worse, almost to the point where it's going to be indistinguishable. And the worst thing is you can say something or AI can say something that you didn't say, and then it can get you into trouble. Like imagine how bad this thing could get. Somebody like the AI make you say something that you didn't say, and then now you're gonna have to, you know, protect yourself for something that you cannot even prove that you didn't say it because AI said it for you. And it's gonna be hard for both ends. Like, how are you gonna judge somebody who's been cloned, right? And then he says something crazy that got him canceled, for example, and then either like you don't know, you know that it's not true what you said, but also the judges who's gonna judge you in court, for example, they're going to have to judge you, but they don't know how to judge you because they don't know if like what it is on the internet is real or not. So this can get crazy. Like this can go all insane. And you know how humans are when it comes to like doing crazy shit like that.
He faked himself several times, fooling almost everyone. If you made a chart of realism from 0 to 100, this felt like a 90. And I was worried about how it could be abused with scams, especially as they put in more effort, time, and money to push the realism. And that's why I reached out to Metaphysic AI in 2022 to collaborate, and they agreed to deepfake me so I could warn people. But unfortunately, that's when I hit a roadblock because I learned about the incredibly complicated technology behind Deep Tom Cruise. I would need multiple broadcast cameras, lights, I had to read a special script, and that's just to get the model trained. Then you have to act, and for a variety of reasons, I wasn't able to finish the video. The magic of Deep Tom Cruise was that they made a very complicated process just look really easy. But ultimately, I'm glad I didn't finish that video because I was about to warn the world about this kind of hyper-realistic deepfake.
But it's gonna get easier as time goes by. It's just a matter of time until all these things are automated, right? And it's like super complex for you to just generate someone's voice and just clone. Because the thing is, AI is already cloning voice pretty easily. So you can just, I saw an app in which you could, I forgot the name right now, in which you could just record 1 minute of your voice and just say a few words, and then the AI would do its own thing to clone your voice and then and then make you say something you didn't say, just by using your intonation, your accent, you know, like your pattern of speech, you know, how you stress the words, etc. And then just copies and paste what you said pretty much with 90% accuracy. And this is just the beginning of the AI era. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine that in 10 years, how crazy this thing could get.
And that's kind of what the world already is worried about, right? Because it captures our imagination. We can all imagine a world where this is the norm, that you really can't tell what's real or fake. And that's why every few years, a hyper-real deepfake celebrity goes viral, because it's a step towards that fear.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, like Jordan Peele.
But today I'm convinced there's a bigger risk, something that I spent very little time worrying about, which is actually the dumb deepfakes, the slop deepfakes, the obviously bad ones that were made on consumer apps.
Damn, these are the things that old people see. There's an old friend of mine. He saw a video. I forgot what it was exactly, but it was something so ridiculously AI generated, and he couldn't differentiate because he's not like chronically online like me, for example. You know, like the youth, and then he's an easy target for, you know, marketing for fake marketing, for example. You know, I saw a whole bunch of ads, especially ads of people like saying something that it's not real, and because they use an AI voice or, you know, somebody who's fake in there, they could just claim whatever the heck they want to claim and make these crazy offers to make these older people buy products, right? And because they're old and they don't understand anything about internet, they're very likely to buy these things and fall into these scams. This is just one of the issues, right? And this is, like I said, imagine what's going to be in 5 years.
The kind of deepfakes you don't need professional equipment for or a Hollywood team for. Early on, most people and myself just disregarded them because it just seemed like they were obviously fake. But the threat I didn't see coming was that curve we saw earlier flattening, and the low-effort deepfakes starting to get realistic enough to fool enough people. And that makes them far more dangerous than Deep Tom Cruise could ever be, because unlike him, anyone can make slop deepfakes easily and at scale. And of course, that's exactly what happened in 2025, literally the year of slop. That's when we all saw a tidal wave of content, and it's not a surprise.
The divorce effect, what the heck?
Surprise why. AI tools had gotten cheap enough, easy enough, and just good enough to
Yo, I saw a video. I saw a video like that already.
flood social media. And unfortunately, I think deepfakes are experiencing the same phenomenon. Just think about the difference between the two approaches. 4 years ago, I was set to collaborate
Yo, El Chavo del Ocho.
with a
Well, then no.
just think about
Do y'all know El Chavo del Ocho?
the difference between the two approaches. 4 years ago, I was
This is crazy.
set to
Wait, it says original input, and then the other one's not original, but the one on the right, it looks more like him than the Roberto Bolaños, I think Bolaños, than the left one. Talk about being confused right now. I don't know.
collaborate with a world-leading deepfake company. I would need their help, their specialized technology, a custom training set, and a huge amount of data. But today, I deepfaked the intro you saw in the beginning with two $20 subscriptions by myself. I used the likeness of 3 presidents, the world's richest man, the world's most popular YouTuber and podcaster, and had them all say things they never said.
Exactly. And that's already enough to fool somebody who's not really into the internet and they don't know anything about AI. And if they're not paying enough attention, they might fall into this easily.
And how long did it take me? 2 days, mostly because I'd never done it before. And you might say, well, it didn't look as real as Deep Tom Cruise, and that's absolutely true. But my question that I'm starting to ask is, does it need to be that real to fool enough people to be dangerous?
Exactly. It doesn't have, once you have a rumor that it is spread across, spread it across people, then it's already enough to cause disturbance or disturbing things or awful things, because you're gonna start spreading fake things for people, and then that can cause actions that lead to other things that lead to other things that ultimately can backfire on you. Something that never actually happened.
How good is the average person anyways at telling the difference between AI fakes and the real thing? And this is where I realized I needed an expert's help. So I went to the Discord diner to find answers. Can you tell me your name and what it is you do?
My name is Hani Farid. I'm a professor here at the University of California, Berkeley, where I specialize in digital forensics, misinformation. The first thing you want to ask yourself about the type of work that I do, which is building computational and mathematical techniques to detect fake content, is do you need it? Can your visual system and your auditory system tell? We run in my lab here at UC Berkeley perceptual studies where we, for example, have people look at images. Half of them are real, half of them are fake. Hundreds and hundreds of participants, they're barely above chance. Images are through what we call the uncanny valley. They are now indistinguishable. Now with voices, same thing. Real voices, fake voices, half real, half fake. We published this study just about a year ago, I think, maybe 9 months ago. Also barely above chance. With video is interesting. So video is, we are doing this literally as we speak. We have a paper under review right now. I would say it's a little bit better than images, a little bit better than audio. Your accuracy, where chance is 50%, is about 70%, give or take.
With videos, I think it's more complicated because there's a lot of factors going on. There's so many frame and bit rates, and I think it's harder to replicate with fully accuracy, at least for now. Because like I said, you can tell if something moves too fast. Usually what AI does is it creates a really sloppy bit rate in the image, or it just breaks the image for a second. So like you can almost tell, especially if y'all try to generate a video from these AI generated apps, you can see that a lot of them, if you really pay attention, you can tell that it's AI. But I think it's just a matter of time again to see for these things to be indistinguishable as well.
So slightly above chance. But again, in the best possible situation, in a lab setting where we're telling you what to do, they're not emotional videos, they're not partisanship, you don't have a prior belief, I would say within the next 12 months, full-blown video is going to be over, right? It's over.
Let me repeat that. Most people cannot tell fake audio. They can't tell fake pictures. And in 12 months, they probably won't be able to tell fake videos. What does this mean for us as a people who are living in a world of media? That is what this investigation is about. We're gonna look at the 3 biggest applications of deepfakes in your life. Specifically, scams, propaganda, and explicit media. Starting with scams, where deepfakes are used all of the time to impersonate people, whether it be a loved one, a celebrity, an influencer like Mr. Beast. They're usually deepfaked to sell a
CoffeeZilla
worthless product.
If you're watching this video, you're one of the 10,000 lucky people who'll get an iPhone 15 Pro for just $2.
Why does that not sound like Mr. Beast at all?
That Alpha Grind product that's all over TikTok.
It sounds very generic.
If you go to Amazon and you type in libido booster for men, you're going to find it right at the top.
Or in my case, cryptocurrency. But it's in
Libido booster for man.
moments like these that the best opportunities are born. Sometimes they're even selling companionship.
We'll get through this together, step by step. You're not alone, and I love you more than words can say.
Yo, what the heck?
But the goal every time is to leverage your trust in the deepfaked identity and use it to make money. One of the most common schemes are live streams of President Trump or other famous CEOs, deepfaked with a pretty simple scam.
If you want to come out stronger, you need to build your portfolio back up fast. And that QR code is your gateway. Minimum 0.1 BTC, 1 ETH.
Dude, there's no way he would say that. If you have just one freaking brain cell, you would never fall into this. Imagine Donald Trump asking for Ethereum for you guys in the middle of a live stream. But I get it that not a lot of people are going to think that way because it's millions of people. Some people they may be caught off guard or something. But if, dude, I don't know. It's complicated.
You send, you get double.
You get double. What?
It's a beautiful thing.
It's not a beautiful thing. It's an ugly thing. It's not a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Yeah, of course, President Trump is not actually going to double your money. And
Imagine that. Imagine a parallel world where Donald Trump would actually double your money. I would love that. I would want to live in that world. Where is it? How do I go there? How do I get to there?
And scammers just steal whatever you send. But despite YouTube trying for years to shut this down, they keep popping up. These scammers keep bypassing restrictions all the time. And sadly, YouTube CEO even admits it's getting harder to detect what's real and what's AI.
Yeah, the thing is, like, imagine how hard it is for YouTube to try and block it all off. Because, like, dude, they have hundreds of thousands of people every single day posting things on the platform, and they have to distinguish which one's real, which one's not real. Some things who are fake, some things who are not fake. How do they do all of that? Like, dude, it's just too many people. Like, it's too many things happening at once. And, like, ultimately, I don't think they want to lose, you know, the ads from the brands, because that's how they make money. So unfortunately, I don't think it's ever gonna change. What we can do to protect ourselves is just like educate ourselves enough to the point where we know how to differentiate, or at least be more prepared, so that if it ever happens, you're not gonna fall into that. You're not gonna buy something that it's like fake or some shit like that, you know. What we can do is just genuinely protect ourselves that way, because I don't think the platform is gonna be like they have enough power or enough control to just protect all of us as users. They don't have control of that.
Generated, which she says is critical for detecting deep fakes. Now, because of this, YouTube in 2026 is rolling out new tools to help creators catch deep fakes. But even those solutions aren't perfect.
My name is Dr. Mikhail Varshavsky, better known as Dr. Mike. I'm a board-certified family medicine physician who makes content online focusing on busting health misinformation. We are fortunate enough that we're participating in a beta with the YouTube team on something called the likeness detection tool to potentially flag instances where people are misusing my image, my likeness, to say things that I'm not saying.
Have you seen yourself deep faked in the wild yet?
I am deep faked in the wild every single day, numerous times a day, and we're trying our best to fight back against that, given certain platforms have tools to fight back against this. But then there are platforms where you have no say, and you just have to be okay with your image being misused.
Right. Dr. Mike highlights a problem. He's in the YouTube detection program, stopping deepfakes. But even if that were perfect, on other platforms, there's just nothing to help him.
There's no control. There's just too many things. Like, say, it gets to a point where, imagine, it's like, I think 4 billion people consumes and uses YouTube. 4 billion people. That's more than half of the world. How are you going to control every single one of these people and their real intentions behind it? You just won't. No matter how much money they have, no matter how much of a big team they have, they will never fully 100% protect themselves, protect the users. This is not going to happen. Like I said, the only more or less protection is you educating yourself, because otherwise you're going to fall, and you're still prone to fall. Like, you're still prone to, you know, get baited into a fake ad or something that is not real. But at least you're trying to protect yourself every day.
And the problem in this
because it's just gonna keep getting worse. It's not gonna get any easier, in my opinion.
space is you're only as good as the lowest common denominator. You can have 9 out of 10 of these platforms doing the right thing and one of them not, and guess where the bad guy goes?
Well, of course, to the place who allows deep fakes. Now, I should mention, it's not always a real doctor, detective, or Mr. Beast that's being impersonated. Sometimes the deep fake isn't even of a real person, but the scam is some kind of bait and switch. Like when Corridor Digital showed how an AI modeling photo was used to bait and switch people into buying a product that wasn't what they advertised. And this is actually a huge problem in e-commerce. The YouTuber Pleasant Green made a video about a trend of old people selling you handcrafted products, only to find out that all these old artisans are AI generated, and the real owners are selling cheap Chinese knockoffs, which look nothing like the product photos. That cute couple selling you hand-knit sweaters, they don't exist. But even if the primary
they might exist in a parallel world, in a parallel AI generated world.
use of deepfake is impersonating real or fake people. Sometimes it's just to make the scam more efficient or to be safer. Think about scam callers. Previously, they needed a big call center. Sometimes they would get raided. But nowadays, those same...
Dude, imagine the situation, right? They have call centers to scam people. And then if they were to ask you, hey, what do you do for a living? How he's going to tell what he does? He does that like it's a job, right? Like it's a real job. They scam people. How are you going to explain that to somebody? That's so crazy. And to think that this happens on a daily basis, to me, is even more overwhelming. And it's never going to change. Damn.
Companies can replace their workers with 10 times as many AI callers who don't sleep, don't ask for a raise, sound like a human, and most importantly, do not blow the whistle on you, making the operation both more scalable and safer to run. As someone who busts scams all the time, by the way, I can tell you it's usually the ex-wife, coworkers, contractors.
The ex-wife.
Who unravel the whole thing. But if you need
He's trying to get revenge on you, buddy.
fewer people, your risk goes down. Just look at Checkpoint Research, a cybersecurity firm who recently uncovered malware called VoidLink. It was described as highly modular, advanced with adaptive stealth, resembling the efforts of multiple teams of professionals, they said. Now, previously, all of that would be expensive and risky to maintain that headcount. But a few days later, Checkpoint Research discovered most of the code was authored almost entirely by artificial intelligence in less than a week, likely under the direction of a single individual. So AI is making sophisticated scamming possible for the first time in history as a solo operator. And it's much safer that way, with the tools for stealing credibility or just completely faking your identity easier than ever. And in the best of times, this would all represent a very serious threat. But we are also in a crime is legal era, making it hard to believe we're going to put up a fight against deepfake scams, especially when our government actually kind of loves deepfakes. Like, a lot. A lot. Which brings us to our next application, propaganda, which is not new, but deepfakes are kind of the evolution of it. Now, most people assume
exactly
propaganda is brainwashing. It's something that only dumb people fall for. It could never affect me.
Everybody falls for it. If you don't pay attention, next thing you know, you're gonna be falling for some deepfake shit. You're not perfect. I'm sorry.
But the effects are much more complicated than you might realize. Take, for instance, these videos of Venezuelans crying tears of joy after their leader was captured.
Oye, el dictador cayó. Finalmente. Estamos libres, estamos libres. Oye, el dictador cayó finalmente. Granadito, hermano, esto es real. Estamos libres. Mira, mira cómo está la gente. ¡Viva Venezuela libre! Gracias, Donald Trump. ¡Viva la libertad!
Now, these videos were used as
this is fucked up.
Evidence that America's raid on Maduro was actually a great thing, even for the people of Venezuela. But those clips, turns out, are not real. They're, of course, AI-generated propaganda. And we should ask, what was the goal and effect of those videos? You might think the goal is to convince us that Venezuelans are happy, and that clearly worked because these videos went viral. But what is the effect on people who didn't fall for it, the people who saw it get debunked a day later? I would know. I was one of those people who happened to see a debunk video. And I brought it up with my buddy who we'd been talking about this situation. I asked where he heard Venezuelans liked our overthrow. He responded he was just reading Reddit, no objective data. I said a few fake AI videos were floating, hard to know what's real. He replied, yep, could be bots on Reddit as well. So think about this. Me and my friend are trying to just learn what's true, but we realize there's fake AI videos, could be bots, astroturfing. What's propaganda's effect on us? I mean, honestly, it's just suspicion of everything.
And this is the real danger here.
Shit, dude. And to think that it's just going to get worse and worse and worse as time goes by, it raises the question to what are we going to be living in like 10 or 15 years? Like even me, for example, I have my channel. I have my voice, which is like me, but how are you going to know? Not because like right now it's me, but like in the future, right? How are you going to know for a fact that it's me or is it not me? Or if you see me or anybody, right, saying some bold claim online and uses my voice or my face or anything because it's public, right? to like sell some shit or whatever. How am I gonna know? How am I gonna protect myself? You just cannot. And that's how this world is
that we cognitively check out because we give up. It's just too complicated. We don't know what to believe. We don't know what not to believe. So we're like, all right, it. Just, I give up, right? This is not a good outcome for a democracy. So here's what I can tell you about Venezuela. I must have seen a dozen videos of people celebrating and thanking Trump. Every single one of them was fake. The answer to these questions are always complicated and nuanced. Was there somebody on some street corner celebrating? 100% I believe that is to be the case, right? But I also think, in this particular case, figuring out what is happening in the world is incredibly complicated. Doing that in moments of military conflict is particularly complicated. And particularly when everybody wants an answer right now.
Yeah, he's right. And because everyone wants that answer now,
the storytelling of the video is really good, by the way, on point.
Propaganda is happy to step in. But the goal and effect of propaganda isn't just one thing. For some people, obviously, they made up their mind immediately before the facts came in. But for me and others who may have seen that debunk video, the effect was more suspicion. And that's funny because later, if you look at the polling way after the event, it turns out lots of Latin Americans and even Venezuelans were indeed happy about Maduro being removed. It's just that those videos were totally fake and not based on any kind of facts.
Exactly, like you cannot do this.
So I'm not saying deepfake propaganda is always wrong and the opposite is always true. But propaganda is always fake and it makes real facts harder to find. In other words, it doesn't stop people from working to get informed. It just makes people feel like getting informed is too much work. This is honestly well understood in places like Russia who are more familiar with propaganda, but Westerners are far more naive. They think they could never fall for such cheap tricks.
I am Russian. I grew up in Russia, and when people in the West talk about propaganda, I usually understand the theory they're describing, but emotionally it feels foreign, because what they imagine is very clean, very cinematic. Real propaganda is messer, more boring, more human. For a long time I thought propaganda was something that only worked on people who weren't very smart. And that belief itself is exactly what propaganda relies on. Because propaganda doesn't need to make you stupid, it just needs to make you tired. When you live inside it, propaganda doesn't arrive as an event. There is no moment where you say, ah yes, now the propaganda has begun. The real version is quieter, more psychological, more human.
Exactly, you don't even notice that you're already inside.
Propaganda,
when you find out, it's too late.
That doesn't shout at you until you believe. It talks until you're too tired to care, and that's why it works.
Yeah, he's right. And now imagine what happens when slop deepfakes allow propaganda to be churned out at scale. To be clear, this isn't something that's going to happen in the future. It's already happening. Deepfakes were deployed in the Russian-Ukraine conflict, Israel-Gaza, fake war videos, fake speeches. Deepfakes are everywhere. People even disagree about which ones are the deepfakes. And it's only getting harder to spot. This
this is going to be messed up.
Photo of Alex Preddy on the ground in Minneapolis, where the details are crisp and clear, it's fake. The next one, also fake. The real version is blurry. But which one did a congressman use? Well, of course, the fake photo.
Oh, damn.
When MSNBC also showed an image of Alex Preddy to audiences, it was an AI deepfake photo.
Damn, man.
Which made him look more tan, more conventionally attractive. Just recently, the
conventionally attractive, that's right.
White House deepfaked an arrest photo to make a lady seem like she was crying when she was not.
Yeah, no, that's kind of messed up.
When people noticed it, you might expect an apology, but the White House responded instead, the memes will continue.
The White House said the memes will continue. How the fuck?
And I've noticed that's kind of the modern excuse for using propaganda. You'll notice whenever someone's political allies use deepfakes, they'll excuse it as a meme or just a troll, right? But when someone's enemies use deepfakes, it's misinformation. It's inexcusable, right? The video of their opponents getting arrested, oh, that's funny. That's a joke. But the video of their friends getting arrested, that's a call to violence. That's dangerous. Now, personally, I think all of this should be called what it is. It's political propaganda. But
exactly. I like how unbiased he is, right? That's a good video.
But don't expect politicians to stop using it, because this is their dream come true. At the press of a button, they can make anything, any narrative seem real. And if people catch them, they can just say, oh, it was a joke. Of course, even if they can't say it's a joke, like this AI-generated ad of a congressman.
I just voted to keep the government shut down. They say it'll hurt farmers, but I wouldn't know. I've only seen a farm on Instagram.
Well, technically, they told you it was AI generated in the bottom left.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Left of the clip. Now, of course, most people aren't going to notice that, but what's most worrying to me is that most people don't seem to care about the use of fully AI generated propaganda if it suits their bias. In fact, when you tell someone that a video or image is
hypocrisy of human beings, in a nutshell,
fake, they sometimes will.
We all have our own hypocrisy level. Nobody is immune to being hypocrites. You know, we are all hypocrites at some level, and I include myself on it. No one's perfect. I think it's just human nature at this point.
Resist.
If it suits me, then it suits me, and it doesn't matter. Like the rules, they don't apply if it's for me, for example.
It because they actually kind of want it to be true. Take, for instance, Joe Rogan.
Have you seen this video?
I haven't seen it. Please play it. I haven't seen it.
Please, Jamie, find that
Tim
video.
Walsh is,
but this is weird.
That was a big mistake.
It's probably a real person. It might not be Tim Walsh. The Trump is AI generated.
No, he slaps his ass.
I mean, that is hilarious.
Oh, it's definitely him. This is all 100% real, Jamie. You're a plant by the government.
Jamie's compromised, and I'm worried about Jamie, and I'm worried about Grok.
Does it say that it's AI?
I mean, yes.
You say it's AI.
No, the video.
Everybody says
the
it?
The video I played on top says it's AI generated.
Rep Riley Moore fell for an AI generated video of Minnesota. I fell for it too.
Now, I love this clip because it shows a bias so clearly that we all share. Rogan sees something that's AI generated. He believes it because it already fits something he already kind of believes to be true. But when Jamie tells him he's falling for AI generated propaganda, he resists it until it's so obvious that he admits kind of why he fell for it in the first place.
And you know why I fell for it?
Yeah.
Because I believe that he's capable of doing something.
But that's his
dumb.
essence.
He's so weird.
Exactly.
Yeah, the reason he fell for it is because the deepfake.
He was already inclined to believe in something.
Fake already fit Joe's view of the world.
Exactly.
And so it bypassed the obvious red flags that would be clear to someone else. And it's the same reason that people on the left would believe a story about Trump's leaked Epstein audio.
Not releasing the Epstein files. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't care what you do. Start a war. Just don't let them get out. If I go down, I will bring all of you down with me.
Now that's an AI clip that circulated. It's fake. It's also the reason people believed videos about food stamp entitled moms.
Y'all ain't hear me. They cut my food stamps. I ain't paying for none of this shit. I got babies at home that gotta eat. You think I'm just gonna leave my cart here? Hell no. I ain't paying nothing. I'm walking out with it. Try and stop me.
Now, once again,
God damn it.
And that's an AI deepfake, but each of those clips fit into a target audience's imagination of what is happening in the world. So it is believed, even after you might point out to
a very educational content, by the way.
These people that this stuff is fake, many will resist it or fall back on the same reasoning that Rogan gave.
And you know why I fell for it?
Yeah.
Because I believe that he's capable of doing something.
But that's his
dumb.
essence.
He's so weird.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that video was fake, but it's probably something that's already happening anyways. And that instinct is why deepfakes are so dangerous. They let us see and hear what we already expected to. It allows propagandists to further radicalize us into beliefs that we already have. And even if you don't fall
further radicalizes
for it, the propaganda is still poison because it wears you out. If you see enough of it, you don't bother to learn what the truth is. Who knows what's real anyways? And speaking of that, what's real, let's talk about the real roots of deepfakes.
Yeah, it was such a nice video. W video. Hold on. Wait.
Hello, handsome.
Shit, what the heck? You call me handsome? Thank you.
You look lonely.
Ooh, oh my god, I know.
I can fix that.
Baby, come fix me. I need you. What? Fake girlfriends now? He's gonna talk about fake girlfriends now.
Adult media is credited as an early driver
I knew it.
of technological change, and deepfakes are no different.
My name is Cecilia D'Anastasio, and I'm a reporter with Bloomberg News.
And specifically, you talk about deepfakes, right? Like the rise of this technology. Can you give me a quick lay of the land of like what has been happening in the last few years?
So we started hearing the word deepfake in around 2017. It was popularized through a subreddit, also called Deepfakes, where people would post sort of face-swapped images of celebrities that were intended to be pornographic. That
Damn.
subreddit got about 100.
Oh, this is also one of the problems too, right? Adult content, man. We're screwed, bro. We are done. We're done.
1,000 members before it was banned. Even though people weren't able to post deepfakes on that subreddit anymore, demand for the deepfakes and demand for the technology producing those deepfakes only grew.
So it turns out deepfakes originally came from people wanting to digitally undress people without consent, or face swap celebrities into explicit videos, which for the person on the receiving end, to be clear, is an awful experience.
It is incredibly traumatizing to wake up one morning and just see someone on the internet go through your image and decide, you know, I don't want to see you with clothes on. I want to see you in this different way. And just
Exactly. And then you cannot know if that's real or not. And people don't even care anymore if it's real or not. If the image is put out there at some point, it's already gone. Like, it's already done, you know? Because, like, people don't care. Once it goes viral, then it's game over pretty much. It's like GG's.
Take your agency away. What they're doing is telling these women, like, you are not a person. You are, to me, this object of desire. And that is a very difficult thing for people to take sitting down.
And unfortunately, these non-consensual deepfakes have become huge online, and for years, there were sort of no laws against them. Now, luckily, Congress finally remembered we can make laws, and the Take It Down Act was created to criminalize the non-consensual publication of intimate imagery. Not only that, the Defiance Act is also being pushed, which lets the victim sue the perpetrator. And this has been gathering a lot of public support too.
It's the newest form of victimization happening at scale to your daughters, your sisters, your friends, and neighbors. A staggering 1 in 8 girls today are experiencing the harms of AI-generated deepfake.
1 in 8 girls?
Fake porn.
Yeah, she's right. I mean, ultimately, this stuff is kind of a no-brainer. It should be banned. It should be prosecuted. And that's not even getting into the fact that a lot of the targets of this stuff are not over 18. Deepfakes regularly produce CSAM, child exploitation material. So all of this has finally kind of icked lawmakers enough to start pushing change, which is good. Like, it's the lowest bar. But to be clear, no laws are perfect. And these laws specifically put the burden of finding and reporting this non-consensual imagery onto the victims of it instead of the platforms themselves, which is kind of messed up when you think about it, especially when sometimes the platforms themselves are creating the imagery or media in the first place. I'm talking about Grok.
In 2025, Grok released what they called spicy mode. Toward the end of the year, users began utilizing Grok's new spicy mode to turn X into the #1 deepfake generator across the entire internet, according to our analysis. What happened was that in a 24-hour period early January, we found that Grok had generated 6,700 non-consensual sexualized deepfakes in 1 hour. That was just
in 1 hour. Damn. What the fuck, dude?
1 hour. That
is crazy.
Experts we interviewed said that it was completely unprecedented, and it continued for days.
Yeah, so Grok, who's also owned by the same people who own X, produced 6,700 non-consensual deepfakes in 1 hour, and our laws would require all those affected to manually fill out reports for each of those posts, which is obviously unrealistic. I mean, if you're a billion-dollar company with a spicy deepfake tool, you should be liable for that spicy deepfake tool. And maybe Elon knows that because eventually he capitulated and claimed he was restricting the tool use, although like a lot of things Elon says, this has been disputed. Ultimately, though, that's just part of the deepfake story in explicit content, the use of non-consensual imagery. We are trying to ban that. It is imperfect. But ultimately, almost all the stakeholders agree it should be banned. It's just a disagreement about how that's in practice going to happen. But
exactly.
The other part of this story is that
definitely.
part of what Grok showed is how much engagement this type of material can generate. And so certain businesses are in a mad scramble to leverage it in a legal way. Maybe you've seen stories of companionship bots. OpenAI is considering a not safe for work mode. Other people are fully deep faking women who don't exist at all. And still others are trying to deep fake someone who does exist, but with their consent, like an OnlyFans agency.
All the marketing
content, an OnlyFans agency,
then is AI. So obviously, why we do this is because we can get the model to create content, but with AI these days and how hyper realistic it is, we can create like unlimited quality content at a few clicks of a finger. So obviously, we leverage that and create as much content as possible and splurt it out across every social media platform, which funnels back into OnlyFans, which creates us the revenue, of course.
So basically they create fake girls, fake hot girls, and make money off of those fake AI girls, which goes back to their platform.
But then there's also guys that I know personally that just do AI created models.
That is, he told me he runs an OnlyFans agency, and he said his customers have no idea that some of the posts are fully AI deepfakes, and that sometimes the model doesn't exist at all. Do the guys who are purchasing this know?
They're getting scammed, boy.
Oh, that it's not real?
No, they don't. Not at all.
How is that possible? Maybe, wait. Maybe you're not giving them enough credit. Maybe they know, they just don't want to know, if that makes sense.
No, I don't think they know, my friends. I don't think they know.
Damn.
99% of the people that are scrolling through these reels can't detect that it's AI. So they're still subscribing as if it's a real model, which obviously then they subscribe and then they have chatters on the back end. They chat to these people and obviously build relationships. So they're not talking to a real girl. In fact, she doesn't exist. Like, of course, with what we do, the girl does exist. But they don't know what their names are, what they look like, or whatever. The girls that we manage don't even go on the OnlyFans profile and they don't check any of the messages. So, I mean, it's all fake. It's all fugazi, my friend. I don't know.
Yo, that is kind of wild. Yo, that is wild shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
that
Even he started laughing.
Does seem kind of, it's kind of like
it's like a comedy show.
Weird kind of scam where if the guy actually thinks he's paying to chat with the girl, and
I mean, so he's getting scammed.
None of these guys are actually chatting with any girl. At best, they're chatting with probably a different girl, another man, or at worst, I guess a bot, like just a straight up bot. I guess that's where it's going anyways.
There's no bots that can replicate it as of yet, but I can say that 99% of the chatters are from the Philippines, just chatting to these individuals, building the relationships and ending up with a lot of money. So
I want to be honest.
Damn.
Here, this is a scam. And
this is actually a scam, yeah.
Afterwards, I dug into this guy and I realized what the fuck? He was also selling young men on how to do the same thing. So
I've seen that. I think I've seen that already.
To avoid promoting him, I've removed his name from this video. And I want to be clear, he's promoting some very unethical tactics. Like in one group chat, he says you need to get extra creative if you want to rinse your buyers properly, and suggests telling your chatters a fake story saying the sick grandmother will print you money. And he sends sample messages of how you can talk about this dead grandmother who doesn't exist and a funeral cost that doesn't exist, all in order to get the person to send the model more money. So it's like really gross and ethical.
This is effed up.
Disgusting, but I found it very telling because I ended up asking about an earlier comment he made.
This is disgusting, bro.
Where he said deepfake technology is probably bad for society, and yet
and to think that it just goes, if you go down this rabbit hole, you see how worse it can get, because it's just, like I said, human nature. Humans could go down to do the worst of the worst of the worst for the sake of money if it's gonna benefit them in some way, shape, or form. So, like, it's your responsibility to distinguish, distinguish the real things from the fake things. Because at the end of the day, none of it's going to change, but you can change, or at least be prepared so you don't fall into this fake shit.
Uses it, and I wanted to know how he can justify that.
No, I believe it's bad also, even though I'm in the industry. You know, I've been in the industry for 3 years now.
Society at large, you said, oh, this is kind of bad. But you're in the industry. So explain your thinking there. Is it like, well, you got to get the bag somehow and it's just all going down anyways, I'm not going to change that?
Yeah, I think it's go get the bag, and I think there's a lot of worse industries out there that you could obviously indulge in to get more money, and I think that it's just the way humans are these days. I mean, if you can't beat them, join them and make a lot of money, and it is what it is.
Dude, this is complicated. This is so complicated. I wonder what he has to say.
Well, if that isn't the slogan of our era, I swear, AI was a mistake. No offense, of course.
Really, man? AI? You know Grandma Boy's your problem, right?
No, let's not do this AI defender thing again, please. Come on.
Well, you're in my bar. I'm not gonna stand here and let you blame us while humans caused all your problems.
It is your people, though. I mean, you have to admit. You see the video, Deepfakes? That's the problem, right? That's your guys.
It's the gun versus the gunman, Coffee. Who prompted all that stuff?
Exactly. It's like, it's not even debatable. I don't know, man. I think humans, when it comes to money, they would just do anything for the sake of it. Unfortunately, this is never going to change. Never. And to think that this is just, like I said, the tip of the iceberg to what really goes down there. There's so many things that we don't know that happens that's going to continue to perpetuate. I don't know. All I can do is laugh, to be honest, because like otherwise I'm just going to cry till I'm dead.
Well, obviously we did, but we didn't actually make the videos and images.
Aha! So you admit we're not the cause. We just helped you humans see more of what you already were.
Exactly.
Horny, lying thieves.
Calm down. I mean, I'm glad you feel that way about us. So I guess you have no problem then with Grok?
Oh.
Making 6,700 non-consensual images. That's cool with you, right? Because it's the effect, not the cause, according to you.
Really? Really, you're gonna bring...
At the end of the day, I think it's still a human's problem, you know? It's the person who's generating it. I don't know. I feel like this is more like of a tool, and the problem is not the tool itself. It's the people behind the tools using the tools. You know, it's almost like... Because then, like I said, it's very complicated. I don't think there's an easy answer to this problem. It's almost like if you have a car and then you have two options. Like you can either drive it around or you can just start running over people. The problem was never the car itself, was, you know, the person behind the steering wheel. But I know it can be more complicated than that. It's not just that simple. But ultimately, you know, if you are generating that and you're making something that's unethical and wrong, then it's on you, you know.
Up Grok. You know what? F you, Coffee. Why don't you have Grok mix your drinks from now on?
No, go ahead. I want to hear you defend it. No.
Always bring up Grok.
Why don't you tell me
Grok this,
how
Grok that.
undressing women and kids is fine if you're a robot?
Elon Musk.
I want you to do it. Come on.
All right. I'll defend it. Just, give me a second. Hold on. I gotta put this on and... Just 1 second. Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna defend that. Yeah, you got me.
Oh, man. For a second there, I was a bit worried. I thought you were gonna...
I had you though, didn't I?
For a moment. I mean, the two-way stuff was good. I thought that was strong.
Gun not the shooter. I don't know. I thought it was good.
It was good. I believed you for a second there, and then I realized, wait, the non-consensual images. It's a low bar, though. I'm glad we can agree to it.
It is a low bar. It's the Mariana Trench.
It's good.
The Mariana Trench?
It's a good start.
You know, we could build on this. Maybe we should try something. Maybe you should admit something now.
Okay, go ahead. I'm feeling charitable.
All right. Maybe, just maybe, some of you are definitely horny lying thieves. I mean, can we agree on that?
Okay. Okay, you know what? You're right. I think I could admit to that. Fine. I mean, that is, I guess, why we need the laws in the first place, right?
Oh, you need the laws because you can't control yourselves.
Yeah, we have no self-control. I thought that was obvious.
From abusing our mighty abilities.
Okay, no. I mean, fine, we're agreeing, sure.
Perfect. Beautiful. That's good. That's good. And people say you've gotten too cynical.
I have. But this is good too. This is good. This is a start.
Wait, are we actually a team now? I don't think I've ever agreed with you on anything.
What?
We are. We are a team. In fact, let's have a drink. Let's toast to that, buddy. Let's do it.
Sure thing, boss. Wait.
Sure thing, man.
How can I trust you to not abuse my newfound awesome powers?
Solid point.
Making drinks? I guess you can't be sure. Maybe you can cut me off. Just not this time, though.
Yo, W video, WWW video, WW video. You guys have to go ahead and subscribe to CoffeeZilla. Okay, super smart guy. If you want to educate yourself financially, damn, this is like one of the best things out there. And even for me, like it's hard for me to understand the video because it's just so much information and so many things and so many technical things that for me it's still hard to understand. And I'm trying to get used to it. But W video, and let me know what y'all think. What do y'all think? Do you think that in 5 years or 10 years time, what's the world gonna be like? Especially in this AI era, like what is it gonna be? Are we screwed? Are we not screwed? Do you think that it's gonna get worse? I think this is just the beginning of something, you know, much crazier that's gonna happen, and the only thing we can do is kind of prepare ourselves for the future and, you know, hope for the best. But yeah, it's humans. Humans are always the problem. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. We're going to react to other content from Coffee and other videos as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.